YouTube, welcome to the shop. Thomas here. I've got an Engineer PA-14 wire stripper review. This is a fine wire stripper, 22 to 34 gauge. It's, you know, your typical wire strippers are 12 to 22 or ishes, you know, in that area, that type. So, you know, obviously if you are doing finer, you need a different wire stripper. The funny thing is, when I was looking for these things, there's not a whole lot of these in this range at this price. In fact, I only found 3. There's 2 Klein, and then there's this Engineer right here. There are, however, like if you go to jensentool.com, they've got some, but they start, I mean, their cheapest ones start at $50, and they go much finer than this. And I have no need to go any finer than this. So, you know, this is why I went with this. Also, the reason why I went with this too, because I couldn't find the Klein ones until after I bought this. But the Kleins are about, I think, $8 cheaper. But I don't know. I like these Engineers quite a bit. I like Engineer quite a bit. I do think they're just a wee bit overpriced, but I also think Klein's overpriced too. So I guess it's a moot point. But as I said, this one is 22 to 34, just like the last Engineer review I did. They pretty much all have the same elastomer type grip, and I for one really like it. It's rubbery. It's not crazy soft. It's hard enough, but it's got enough tack to it. And there again, if you watch the JST video, the Engineer, these things too, the joint on them is just buttery smooth. I mean, I don't know what they're doing in there, but it's by far, these are the smoothest joint plier type tools I think I've ever used. Is from Engineer, made in Japan. I think all Engineer tools are made in Japan, but I could be wrong. I just love them. I've had these for months now. It's not something I use every day, but I got tired of you know, scraping things off with a razor blade and stuff, and trying to do the angle slice on it. But yeah, these are much nicer. Yeah, so just to give you an idea how smooth these things are, I think this is a 28 gauge. Let's see here. There's a definite indentation, you can feel it, and I just pull, and as you can clearly see, it's a nice cut. I don't see any scratching on the wire. I don't see any cuts, you know, into the wire. It works great. Something a little bit thicker, it's a 22. Same thing. I don't typically go down under 30 too often, so I can't even find all my wire. I still have all my stuff all kinds of places right now. I'm still kind of fixing up the shop, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of, this is just a real quick review. It's not like these things are hard to review, right? But if you're looking for, you know, something in a fine wire gauge, I highly recommend these. These things are so sweet. These are just nice. The finish is just your typical Engineer. It's just so smooth. I mean, there's very little tooling marks or anything. You know, it's just awesome. Yeah, the only thing and this is the same thing with the JST crimpers as well, is the spring. I mean, it's not nowhere near as strong as the like the Southwire here. I mean, the diameter of the Southwire spring is just so much bigger. I mean, you just tell. So this does have a lot more force on it. But I guess if that's just nitpicking, but that'd be my only complaint. Maybe and I'm saying maybe because they probably don't even need it, because like I said, the joint is just so smooth. So yeah, I highly recommend them. Pick them up. There'll be a link in the description below. Thanks, guys and gals.
Yeah.